Hey everyone, welcome back to this video investigating what the 5 can do in a 4-out 1-in offense. So in this video, we're going to take a look at all the options for the player who's playing the 5 position in this offense, what that player can do at any point in this offense. Now, whether or not you have trust in your 5, that can tell you whether or not you want to call these plays out for them or just trust that they'll be able to do them. In best case scenario, we want our 5 to be able to just do what is appropriate whenever that player feels like the time is right. All right. Before we get into the video here, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the video so you can see when we're putting out new content here. And make sure you check out all my other videos on the 4-out 1-in offense. Before we get too far into this, it's important to be able to at least run progression 1 and 2 in this offense, which is pass, cut, and fill, and back cuts. Okay? So there's 4 main options for what the 5 can do. And the first one is a basic, hey, let's just try to seal our defender, call for the ball, and score a 1-on-1. So at any point, let's say the ball is up top at one of the wings here. Anytime the ball is up top there, our 5 should be constantly working, trying to steal out his defender and call for the ball here. All right, and also at any point, if he's having trouble here, he could sprint to the opposite block. Now, normally we always want him on the opposite block from the ball. But if he feels like he's being defended really well there, he could sprint over here to try to beat his defender to the block and maybe try to seal over at this point. Okay, especially if we can get the ball down right there to him. If he doesn't get any help, if his defender is not getting any help here, he's going to have a 1-on-1 on the post, which is what we want. There's a good chance that this defender over here might come in and help. And if that's the case, then 5 can kick the ball out to 3 for an open look in the corner. Okay, back to our original setup here. Anytime the ball does go in corners, let's say 1 passes over to 3 in the corner, and then 1 is going to cut through like he's supposed to. And then 2 will slide over. And 4 will slide over. And 1 will slide in the corner. But as soon as that ball goes in the corner, if 3 does not have an open look or an open driving lane, 5 should try to cut to that block. Again, trying to get the ball down to the block for a 1 opportunity. Now, if he doesn't get it right away, 2-3 seconds over there, then he'll want to go back out and clear the lane. Because what 3 will have to end up doing is probably trying to get the ball open at 2 or to a backdoor cutter down the middle. All right, if 3 doesn't get the ball to 2, we want 3 to be able to backdoor cut and then cut back if needed. All right, so that is our first option, which is just to be able to seal out his defender, call for the ball, and work 1-on-1 down low. The second option, an off-the-ball screen. All right, 5 can do this at any point he feels or she feels that one of the defenders is overplaying a man without the ball. All right, so here we have our normal setup of our 4-out 1-in offense. This defender should not be all the way on here on 4. He should be down here helping. But let's say this defender is not the best defender in the man defense, and they are guarding their 4, almost face guarding their 4 out in the corner. If 5 recognizes that, that should immediately be a signal to go set a off-the-ball screen for 4, hopefully getting his defender to chase, and 4 can backdoor cut through the lane. Okay? If 4 does not get the ball, that's not a problem. What 4 can do is they can just cut up to the corner here, and then 2 can fill down into the corner. And then 5 can come right back to the block. Okay, and that same can be true at any spot, not just that corner there too. If 5 sees this defender is overplaying or this defender is overplaying without the ball, that 5 can go set a screen on either of those 2 defenders. So that's an off-the-ball screen. The third option for a 5 is an on-ball screen or a pick and roll. So let's say 1 has the ball at the top there. At any point, 5 can choose to go up here and set an on-the-ball screen either direction. So let's say the 5 will set the screen right here. Okay, and the defender will come with them. So 1's going to come around that screen with the ball, and 5 has to read the defense. If the 1's defender gets through, that's worst case scenario. So it's 5's job to make sure that 1's defender does not get through. We either want both defenders to leave that lane open, which if that's the case, this defender will have to come in and help, and we'll have an open look to the corner. Or we'd want them to switch. Okay, so this guy who was guarding the 5 now would be guarding the 1, and this guy who was guarding the 1 now would be guarding the 5. So that as we're bringing the ball down the lane here, 5 should be rolling to the basket looking for a dump off from 1. If we can get the ball to 5, there should be a mismatch now created because they switched. So that is our pick and roll off a high ball screen with the defender who's on the 1 or the 2 or the 3 or the 4, depending on who's up at the top there. But that's something we probably only want to do to these guys here. We don't really want to go set an on-the-ball screen down the corners. There's not really an opportunity to pick and roll down there. As a baseline, it is an extra defender down low. And the fourth option, this is one of my favorite options here. This seems to work quite often, a few times a game. And again, this is something where if we trust our 5s, we can just trust that our 5 will do this sporadically. If we don't trust our 5 to play basketball, we can come up with some play calls to tell our 5 to do this. All right, so our play is going to start here with 2 getting open. So maybe he's going to cut in or cut out or cut away and cut back, whatever he's got to do to get open. 1's going to pass over the ball. Okay. As 1 passes the ball to 2, 5 should know to sprint to the other block to clear that lane because 1 is coming down the lane looking for a give-and-go opportunity. But if 1 doesn't get the ball, as D is chasing him there, if 1 doesn't get the ball, obviously our 3 then is going to float up here, right? But what also should happen is that our 5 now can sprint to the free throw line. And the D will chase after him. 2, we can give him a pass right there at the free throw line. Now, if 5 is wide open, obviously you can turn and take a shot. But that most likely will be covered by his defender. So then 2, take a quick jab to the right here, and you're going to come around right here. And then right here, 5 can make a decision. I'm either going to hand the ball off to 2, and if that's the case, we got a pick and roll kind of opportunity down the lane there. Or we fake hand it off to 2, let 2 come down the lane empty-handed, and then 5 can roll on the lane here by himself, hopefully. All right, so what 5 should be reading is 2 things. Is this defender chasing the 2 or undercutting the 2? And is this defender ready to help on the 2, or is he staying put? All right, if he's staying put and this guy's chasing the 2, we definitely want to hand that ball off. If this player is ready to help on the 2, then we want to fake hand that off and then cut down the lane here. So that's a nice give and go, fake handoff opportunity. Basically, you can run the give and go once, and then next time on the court, you can run the fake handoff, and you'll get a lot of players guarding the 5 that'll bite on that the second time through. All right, those are the options for the 5. Obviously, the best option, we want the 5 to continually always be trying to seal out. That's the main one. Always try to get yourself open. We want to work one-on-one down low. That's what we want. But beyond that, we have our off-ball screens. If someone off the ball is getting over-defended, an on-ball screen pick and roll opportunity at the top of the key, or, of course, our give and go and our fake handoffs that we just covered. Okay? Once again, if you have not subscribed yet, please do that now. I appreciate it. If you have any questions on this video, go ahead and drop it in the comments. If there's anything else about this offense or in general you'd like to see a video made on, just let me know. I can do that as well. All right, thanks again for tuning in to our video today, and have a good day.